What a match. As you can see just in the background, Chelsea vs Liverpool just finished, and I'm here to give you my reaction to it. This was the most anticipated game of the Premier League weekend, and it did not disappoint. Coming into this game, although Liverpool had lost 2 games in a row, I still thought they were the favorites against Chelsea. Chelsea just looked kind of look all over the place. You never really know what you're going to get with this Chelsea team. They might put in a good performance, might put in a bad performance, and it started off in the favor of Chelsea. Their press in the first half was very good, very well organized, and I thought Maresca set up very well against Liverpool. And they reaped the benefits of it. Caicedo, he's so good at getting in goal scoring opportunities for a central defensive midfielder to pop up with this many goals. And so with that, Chelsea took the lead. In the first half, it was definitely more on Chelsea's side. You know, they got their lead, and I feel like Maresca was kind of like, okay, we got a goal, let's kind of sit back a little bit. And I think that kind of transitioned into the second half as well. The second half, you can tell Liverpool was trying to go for the game. They're like, okay, they felt like they had the beating of Chelsea. Obviously, they're 1-0 down, but they felt they can get back in the game and win the game eventually. Fortunately for Chelsea, they had to waste 2 substitutions on 2 center backs, both of them which came off injured. Hopefully, it's nothing too serious, but I just want to give a shout out to Hato and Reece James, because when they came in, they looked so solid together. Well, Reece James transitioned to a center back, but oh my gosh, Reece James, he is the definition of not only a captain, but a utility player. That he can play CDM, right back, center back. You know, he can play all across that defensive line, and he puts in a good performance every single time. He was so solid at center back, so defensively strong and smart. He's one of those players that you would love to have in your team, and he definitely put in a great performance today. And I thought when Jarrell Hato came in, I didn't realize Hato was so young when Chelsea bought him. I thought he was a little bit more experienced. He's only 19 years old. I was like, what? But he definitely plays a lot older than his age. He looks so mature on the ball, so smart defensively. And I thought when he came in, Chelsea looked a lot more compact defensively. And it's credit to him and Reece James. I also want to give another shout out to Romeo Lavia. He was dealing with some muscle injuries. He was in and out of the squad. But if he's healthy and he's match day fit, he has to start for Chelsea. You have to fit him into that midfield somehow. Especially now since Cole Palmer's going to be out, there's space for him. I just think he's so quality. I think he possesses everything you want in a midfielder. He's good defensively, great on the ball. He's great at distributing the ball. And seeing him today for the first time, and I felt like a while, you can tell, man, this man is too good not to be starting each week for Chelsea. And I think he proved a point that he should be in this squad, in Maresca's rotation, because I think Chelsea midfield looked very good and much better with him in there. The second half went on, and Liverpool were actually able to get a goal back. Isak got an assist, unfortunately, man. I don't know if that still counts as 007, but he hasn't scored yet. Carabao Cup. Do we count those? Nah. But Salah, and I know I'm going in many different directions right now, but Mohamed Salah, what has happened? Last year, he was no defender could mark him. He was scoring and assisting every single game. This season, he has not looked up to par with his old self. He's making bad decisions in the final third. There's some crosses he put in today, and I'm like, what are you doing? And it's like he's so slow on the ball now. I don't know. I don't know if it's age. I don't know if it's maybe he's trying to get accustomed to all the new players he's playing with. But Salah does not look like the Salah from last season. And I know it's hard to replicate from last season, because last season was arguably his best season for Liverpool. Whenever I watch Salah this season, it's like you just feel kind of like, is this really Mohamed Salah? Is this really not playing up to his standards? But he did get a half assist today. Crossed the ball into Isak. And I don't know if Isak meant to, touch it down for Gakpo to finish that. I think that was a touch for Isak, and he was going to swing his foot around and shoot it himself. But his touch was a little bit heavy, and it ended up falling for Gakpo. He was in the right position, and he just banged it in the top bins. I don't know if he meant to do that. We probably won't know if he did. But nonetheless, it was a sleek touch by Isak, and it got Liverpool back into the game. And once Liverpool tied, I'm like, okay, this is Liverpool's game to win. Like, we've all seen the script so many times. They've done it like 5 times this same season. I'm like, this is Liverpool's to win. They ended up taking out Konate for Curtis Jones. They took out Isak for Ekitike, and they put in Endo at the end for McAllister. And when Ekitike came in, I was like, okay, Ekitike is going to score, isn't he? You know, Isak wasn't able to score. He wasn't really able to impact the game as much as he would like. Ekitike is going to show him how it's done, score a goal, and win Liverpool the game. That's my thought process. When Ekitike came in, I'm like, oh, man, he's going to score, isn't he? Chelsea also made some substitutions that also changed the fate of the game. Because in my eyes, once Chelsea went up 1-0, and especially they kept that lead throughout the rest of the second half, the beginning of the second half, Maresca looked like he wanted to hold that lead, that 1-0 lead. He was fine with that. Jose Mourinho type of coaching performance. And once Liverpool got a goal back, he was like, okay, no, I can't stay too defensively. I can't just let Liverpool attack me. I can't let them just have all the possession. I need to do something. So he changed his whole forward line. Took out Garnacho for Gaines. Took out Joao Pedro for Mark Gui. I don't know. Gui? I don't know how to say his name. And he took out Neto for Esteval. And I'm like, okay, fresh legs all across the forward line. Maresca's going for this. He's like, we're not backing down. We're not backing down. And that was the right decision, man. Those were very important substitutions for Maresca. And substitutions I didn't think he was going to do. Especially because he was kind of looking to be very conservative once they got that 1-0 lead. But with those substitutions, he's like, nah, man, it's any team's ball game. We're going to go for this. We're going to show Liverpool that we can beat them on the break. Once time ended up ticking down, I'm like, oh, it's getting into slot time, as Liverpool fans like to call it. Shout out Fuizzi. Szoboszlai had a chance. McAllister had a half chance. Robertson was actually playing very well when he came in. He was hugging that touchline, creating problems for Marlo Gusto. And shout out to Enzo Fernandez, not Maresca. I mean, shout out to both of them. But he really has grown since joining Chelsea. He just does everything so well. Pressing, winning the ball back, distributing the ball, starting the attack, finding the right people in the right places. He's gotten a lot better since he first joined Chelsea for sure. And I think you got to give him credit. Time is ticking down. It looks like it's going to be a 1-1 draw. And Esteval puts in a great ball for Enzo. And it was just a little bit behind, just a tad bit behind him. And Enzo's header ends up hitting the outside of the post. I'm like, ooh. I'm like, man, that was it. That was it to win the game. That's probably going to be Chelsea's best chance before the game ends. But I was wrong. It starts with Enzo. He wins the ball back. He drives the ball up. Plays it to Gittins. Gittins plays it back. And he plays just a little sleek pass to Cucurella, who stays onside. Gravenberch and Robertson both keep him onside. Plays a great ball across the front of the goal. And Robertson is just a half. You can tell if you watch the replay, he's like hunched over just a little bit. He's not completely locked in on the situation. And with that, half second that he isn't locked in, Esteval beats him to the ball and finishes it for Chelsea to win. Man, when I'm not even a Chelsea fan, I'm not a Liverpool fan, but when that goal went in, right, you can't help but just like smile and feel good for Esteval. 18 years old, he's touted to be one of the wonder kids from Brazil. His first professional goal for Chelsea, and to do it in a dramatic fashion against Liverpool in the last minute. It was just so cool to see all the Chelsea players be so happy for him, the way he celebrated, and the fact that Enzo Maresca ran all the way down the touchline to celebrate with his team. I thought that was pretty cool. It reminded me of Jose Mourinho. I thought it was pretty funny. And yeah, man, with that, Chelsea won the game. And this was a great game all in all, from start to finish. The way that, I thought it was going to go a multitude of ways, but it ended up going Chelsea's way. And I didn't think it was going to go. I didn't think Chelsea was going to win this game, but they pulled out. And all in all, they were probably a better team than Liverpool, in all honesty. And I'm just very happy for Esteval. It's definitely going to grow his confidence because he definitely has talent. And winning this game and scoring the goal and probably winning the man of the match because of it, it's just going to grow his confidence more. So I'm happy for him. And yeah, no, this is a great result for Chelsea. A bounce back win for them in the league and against Liverpool. Now, speaking of Liverpool, because I spoke a lot about Chelsea, what is that? Three losses in a row? Yeah, Crystal Palace, Galatasaray, and then now Chelsea. And then 4 losses in a row when they play United after the international break. Trust. Bald Dutch managers in their second season. Stinky, man. Stinky. Arne Slot is a fraud. 1 season wonder. It's over. Send him back to Holland. It's over. Bring back Klopp. Arne Slot is finished. No, but at the beginning of the season, obviously Liverpool wasn't playing the best, but they were getting the results. And especially with all the players that they bought, and, you know, they look scary on paper, but they haven't really gelled together. They're winning games because they have enough quality to edge the game right at the end of it, but not because they played better than the other team. Quality wins you games sometimes when you're not playing well, and that was the case for Liverpool. And I think now they're kind of realizing now their luck is kind of going out the window, right? They can't put out a half par performance and just expect to win. And yeah, I think their luck is running out. 3 losses in a row after being undefeated in all competitions, not just one, in all competitions. With these 2 straight losses in the league, this now leaves Arsenal at top of the league. And Liverpool have slipped up for the first time this season, and we'll see if this continues. Well, hopefully it continues against United, hopefully. But yeah, man, that was a great match. We'll see what else lies for both of these teams in the next couple games. But that was a great game. Great game. And that's going to do it all for this review. If you enjoyed it, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.